Hey everybody, welcome back. In this video, I am going to do another one of my prioritization videos where I scream about squirrels running by and flashy objects and stuff like that. So, again, the game always is presenting new things for us to do, typically in a manner where we can't keep up with unless you are a blubbery whale. Even if you're a dolphin, it's difficult to keep up with that. So anyway. One of the newest things happening is that, as you can see in this kind of events icon, is that we've got some Brotherhood in the game. You know, Sabretooth, Mystique, and coming is Magneto at the end of the month. So we've got 27-ish days, depending exactly when it comes out. So it's just called 3 to 4 weeks to get some. To get your whoever you might need, and I'll get to that in a second for Magneto. So the question is do you? Should you? There's you can read some of the data mines and some of the information out there that show kind of what Magneto could be about. You can obviously see how Mystique is affected by Magneto, and I believe I haven't looked at Sabretooth's kit too much here, but I believe he has got some Magneto related, not that one clearly. Not sure if he is affected by Magneto at all, actually. Yeah, okay, so there's some Magneto, some Magneto effects there for Sabretooth. So anyway, point is that you got some stuff that you could work on here, specific that got introduced, and obviously you've got all the other things that you could be working on, which is, probably endless. For me, you can see I've still got Nick Fury down there, and he's the main. Ultron is whatever. That's just he's just gonna sit there until I get a tier 13 squad, which is probably 6 years from now, and that's fine, I guess. So, and you can see, like I said, I mentioned Nick Fury, and I'm building up my Kree still. I have not focused them hard at this point because I've been focusing my Guardians. So, this is kind of my Kree situation. You can see the Kree Royal Guards built up pretty decently there. But the rest of them are not noble. I've got a lot of work to do. The Reaper, I've got a decent amount. And the Cyborg, I've got a decent amount. So one of the things I hate is here you can see the rank up icon. And it's like, well, I don't want to rank him up. I want to leave him right where he is until I get to the point where I can 5 or 6 star him. But I got to remember what node he's in, or to go kind of farm those shards. So it would be really nice if Fox Next entered a second button there that still says find them. Because you don't always want to just rank them up right away. You want to leave them there and save the gold for something that you've actually got immediate need for. So anyway, so my Kree still kind of sucks. Let's see what else I could do. I could show you my Guardians here. They're pretty solid. I'm working on getting those guys to 7 stars so that I can get Star-Lord next go round, which you can see. Where's my Ravager? So, and Yondu's getting close there too. So I'm focused on that, and you'll see in a minute here in my spreadsheet when I show it to you guys. But I just kind of, on this video, I kind of wanted to show you some of the things that are just off the top of my head, kind of working on that. With your legendaries, that's my Shield roster where you're talking about getting an Iron Man, and obviously my Shield minion team is not as high as it probably could or should be, but again, super limited resources. I'm not going to drop thousands upon thousands upon thousands of dollars on this game when I've got so much stuff to build up, and it doesn't necessarily get me too far. So I'll gladly spend money on the game if it actually seems to make sense. But anyway, so and Black Widow's a big roadblock there, so I've really got to get my medic and trooper I think going a little bit harder there to be able to 6 and 7 star anything there for my Iron Man, which I'd like, but it's not on the docket at the moment. So anyway, is there anything else I want to show you before? Oh, okay. So this new thing, so mutants, specifically X-Men and Brotherhood, are what we know we need. We need 5 of them, 5 5-star X-Men, and a combination of 5 X-Men or Brotherhood. So X-Men, you've got 2, Storm and Wolverine. I'm lucky to have both of them at 5-star, Storm being the difficult one. Wolverine, obviously, I could 7-star if I wanted, but I need the gold, and I'm hoping to get Storm able to 6-star here from the Blitz event currently going on. So the other question is Brotherhood, which were just introduced. And what can we do here? So there's only 2 currently. So obviously there's more to come this month. So Sabretooth is a pure premium orb. That's it. That's all you can get them for. So it's kind of like, all right, well, I'm not going to do that. It's a lot of orbs there. And the premium orbs I call minion orbs. So what's the likelihood you're going to get him to 5 stars? Probably minimal to none. The next one, Mystique, you could certainly farm her on this one node, which, you know, I'm sure you'll build up. Obviously, I just got her released or unlocked right after we hit all the milestones for our Blitz for treats. So I'm kind of like, well, there's 4 of these guys. One of them, Sabretooth, I can't even really get. So I'm sitting here questioning, why do I really want to focus the rest of these mutants or X-Men or Brotherhood? So you'll see in the spreadsheet again, I've got it pretty low. You know, Juggernaut is supposed to come out in a raid. Pyro is supposed to come out in an event. And I don't remember, maybe a couple blitzes before the Magneto event. So unless I can somehow really heavily farm Mystique and get lucky with Jugs and get them at 5 or 6 star, which is possible, then Magneto's not happening for me this go round. So it's going to be interesting. And like I said, I just left Sabretooth off that because it's not, Sabretooth isn't happening for 5 star. So if you're going for mutants, leave Sabretooth alone, farm Mystique hard. Make sure you've got a, and this is assuming you've got a storm, and hopefully you do, because there's multiple blitzes and you know, some purchase abilities there, or purchase shard. You could purchase some shards, but if you haven't, you might be kind of SOL here. So anyway, so let's let me just get to the spreadsheet here, and all right. So I'm going to minimize my game so you don't have to be too distracted. All right, so this is what I got. So currently, like I mentioned, my Guardians are still at 7 star, top priority. Want to do it, need it. They're one of my stronger teams, and I'm close there, and I've actually got the ability to get there, I think, before the next event. So I like to focus on things I know I can get versus just kind of chasing my tail for a bit and not getting there, and then chasing my tail for something else. Like I said, these you're like a dog chasing a squirrel, and then you get distracted by another squirrel. So got to maintain focus the best you can. Thanos, I got him as a higher focus, just as a single character. He's a strong character in the game. I joined after the original Thanos raid, so mine's pretty far behind, comparatively speaking. I've just recently got him up to around 21, 22K. So I'm still trying to build him up a little bit, in addition for the item right next to that, which is this Mystic priority, and the reason I have that is for vision farming. As you can see, or actually I don't know if I didn't show you guys, but I've got my vision at 6 star, so it's not, I could probably drop that some because a 6 star vision is pretty solid, and to get a 7 star vision is it's going to take a while. But I do want to get, Loki and Doctor Strange up because they are kind of pretty versatile with some different uses, and I could see them being used in raids as well a little bit more. I've got my Kree actually at the 4. I still says 5 star too far off from me. I still mean that, but I do want to try to prioritize those guys a little bit. Fury's so strong, his teams are so strong that it's silly not to get it, especially for the Dark Dimension out there. But some of the folks in our alliance, they just destroy raids because of that team. So I got to move them up there. Arena, I've always got high. Love doing arena. Let's see, it's actually I've got Iron Man in that one currently, but it's actually I've got Black Widow in my current squad. But that's, I try to get that team always up. Cores are life, so to speak, in the game. You need them for a lot of refreshes, so I've really got to make sure I keep my arena going. I'm typically top 10 or 15. I always try to push for top 5 and get it some days I don't. It's just kind of the life of being in arena. The next item of the sixth slot, I've got the shield getting for 6 star. Again, in my note there says it's far behind. I showed you that one. It is pretty far behind. 7th slot, I've got what I've called my raid / blitz teams, kind of the BCD teams. Right now, the key player I've got there is Storm. I could probably move that one up a bit, but I'm still kind of testing her out. I've seen some videos lately, even in Ultimus, where people are building her up and use her for some later nodes to kind of, stun lock a lot of the minions, or not the minions, but any of the enemies, the AI in the node, and then extend the duration with Scarlet Witch. So kind of been playing with that some, but I don't know if it's really worth building all what I need at the moment for her to actually destroy those nodes well, especially with the Thanos raid being completed. You know, there's not like I've got a big raid that I've got to throw just some big nuke on. So anyway, so I've got her there though, because I do want to build her up, and obviously she ties into the mutants at some point, but anyway, that's where she's at. My 8th slot, I've got defenders. A lot of people have this as their like number 1, number 2 type priority at the moment. I don't. I think they are a good team. I like them, but I just don't. I've got other teams further along, and I need to make sure I focus my resources appropriately. So defenders are way lower for me. So right now they're just kind of taking a back seat. Next slot is 9. It's actually no longer a new category, so I can take that out. But my Dark Dimension 6-star. Storm I'm hoping to get from this the current Blitz, and then Black Panther and Night Nurse. I'll start farming them to try to get them to 6-star to help with Dark Dimension, and obviously getting someone to 6-star helps more than with just Dark Dimension, but that would be the primary reason I'm doing it. All right, so as mentioned previously, the mutants, specifically X-Men and the Brotherhood for Magneto, I've got them at the 10 slot. As you saw, I have Wolverine and Storm already done for 5 stars. And then I can't get Sabretooth, so I don't even have them listed there. And then Mystique, Juggernaut, and Pyro. So I don't know. I don't see the regular player getting Magneto this go round. If you're grind heavy, you get some luck, maybe. But for me particularly, I don't know. I got to get Nick Fury in my mind before I'm going for Magneto. As great as Magneto might be, and as much as I might regret this later, because I'm sure that there's going to be a raid node somewhere that only requires X-Men and Brotherhood, and I won't be able to do it, but it is what it is. I can't, I'm not dropping a bunch of money and gold and stuff into these tunes unless, you know, I'll probably keep farming Mystique, and if I get lucky with some, you know, drops with her, then maybe I move that up, but I really don't see it happening. So, or if I get a premium orb that just gives me a great drop for Sabretooth, then maybe I'll put him in instead of Mystique. Who knows? So, and then the next 2, I've got City and Global. Those are just kind of, you know, raid listings at this point. I thought we were going to do a Deadpool raid. Maybe that'll start next week. I don't know. We'll see. But and then after that, I got my hand to 5-star. I'm very far behind on that. I'm not farming hand for Catalyst that happens once a month or whatever it is at this point, especially considering the hand team isn't all that spectacular. And then my Cosmic, my Merc 6-star, I've got that so low because Deadpool. You know, Deadpool is my primary Merc, and until I can get him 6-starred, I'm not going to really focus that. As much as I need it, this gold priority should be way up here, but I have no way to realistically get Deadpool to 6 stars unless they do the raid. So now if that raid for sure is happening, this will skyrocket up probably to, oh yeah, it might be number 2. So I'll probably move that to number 2 if I know for certain that Deadpool is having a raid. So just because gold is critical. And then the rest of these I've already finished. So, and you can see some of my other videos where, you know, I had those kind of ranked on. I'm not going to go through it now, but, and then as I was scrolling, if you didn't notice, off the left here, this is just what I call my beginner's guide. That's how you kind of want to start the game, you know, thinking about and focusing. So, but I don't go through that each time I do this. And my miscellaneous notes for this week, or for this particular video, is just that there's a lot to do for the Magneto 5-star, and actually it's not even, I shouldn't even call it mutants because Deadpool and Cable cannot be a part of it, so it's really X-Men / Brotherhood 5-star for Magneto. So anyway, I hope this video helps you. I hope it can help give you some guidance and, you know, at least show you what some other people are doing in game. And if it does, you know, click that subscribe button. I do them generally often, and, you know, I try to get them out once a week if I can, or once every couple weeks. So anyway, if you like this video, click that subscribe button as that like button, and I'll see you guys again soon. Thanks.